again, you get to ask questions, so anybody have a question? Yes?
Do these pants make me look fat?
No, it's the fat on your backside that makes you look fat. In those jeans. The jeans are fine. Thank them. Okay. Yes?
Well, when we're thinking about being a host or an MC, what should our objective be? To help out the rest of the performers or what?
Right. This is really, really good question because to be an MC, first of all, I have MC training here. Okay, so, you know. The other thing is about being an MC, and it's for everybody, you'll get more work as an MC around town as a beginner than you will any other way. You go to the open mics, they're all horrible and have no discipline and don't even have, they don't understand what they're doing or why they just say somebody's name, walk off. Okay, and so it's really important if you're a good MC, which I've trained a lot of good MCs, they get a lot of work all around town. Everybody goes, wow, come back, we want you back here. So you get booked regularly because of that. So let's go over that. First of all,
do you get paid or just booked?
Booked as an MC in that show. And I always tell everybody, don't waste all your material at the top, like a good MC would, but pick a time in the show. This is the best 3 to 5 minutes or whatever you get that night, and do your material then.
Ah, I see.
Pick your time slot.
Yeah.
Okay. Most people shoot their wad at the beginning trying to warm up a crowd that isn't there. So, which is what you're supposed to do if it's a crowd. It's an open mic, it's different. So, first of all, got to remember, as the MC, you're not the comedian. You being funny is secondary. You are the frame. You are not the picture. And that's the most important thing. You are the frame. You're there to make everybody else look as good as possible and the show to flow so it can be as good as possible. So you're helping everyone along the way look really, really good, which is one of the reasons I ask you guys to write intros, because if you can be brought on stage the way you want to be brought on stage, and an MC is disciplined enough to read your intro, you come on stage in a proper way for you and your show. There's a lot of things MCs do incorrectly. One is, I always tell my students, you introduce somebody and you back up and applaud. Okay? And you stand there until the comedian comes in and takes the stage from you. Does that make sense to everybody? That's really important. I've seen you go, next comedian is John Doe, walks off. And there's 3 minutes of nothing there. There's just a microphone. You don't hand off that stage until somebody else comes in and takes, over. The other thing that they do that drives me crazy is MCs that insist that you shake their hand. Okay? I'm one of those, I'm nervous. I've been thinking about stuff. I want to get right to the mic and start and move, and my nervousness will go away. So MC gets in my way. I'm like, oh, God, it's always awkward and weird. MC should never instigate that. Now, the MC backs up and applauds. The comedian comes on stage, whichever side, and if that comedian goes high five him back. Wants to bump him back. Wants to hug you, hug him back. But do not instigate those things. Because there are people who, like me, who just want to go on stage. They don't want all that other kind of camaraderie stuff. Okay? And everybody's different. So what you're doing is allowing for that. Set the proper expectation. This is huge. It's just horrible for a comedian to go, hey, this next comedian is just a really funny person. They're really hysterical. They're going to make you laugh all night long. They're one of the funniest people in town. The audience is like, you better be, after an introduction like that, right? So that's setting the improper expectation. So those are just 3 of the many techniques that I teach, because those are 3 things that let you know how to control the stage, deal with the stage, okay? How to introduce people properly, etc. Also, leave the microphone in the stand. That's what I teach. So leave it in the stand. Leave it here. Get up and say a few jokes, whatever you do, or comments or something, and then introduce the person. Back up. If they come on, you back up and walk off. Now, same thing. When you come back, watch which way they go. You go the opposite way. Don't instigate a high five or anything unless they do. You come in, and then you will say their name into the microphone. That is why I've been training you with a microphone, to bring the microphone down stage, center, and set. The MC comes on right after your show and says your name and gets a big round of applause for you. They have to go looking for the darn microphone. I mean, I've seen people hand it to people in the audience. MC has no idea where the microphone is, that now your show is less powerful because of improper mic technique. Put it there, leave it there, you say a few comments, back up, bring them on, bring them in, say their name into the microphone nice and clear, because a lot of people have video going and they're going to want to hear their name. The other thing is also, and this is partly the other people's, make sure you pronounce the person's name correctly. If you have any question, write it phonetically. Because you get somebody's, especially a beginner's name wrong, oh my goodness, they'll just go off on you forever, you know, because they say, my name is, nobody ever has it right. Well, you know, that's because you're not writing it out phonetically. You write it out phonetically, you'll say their name correctly. So now you can bring people on, control the stage, move the show along in the pace that you think is right. How long do you take? Do you only make a comment or two and then bring the next person on? Or do you have a few jokes that you can do? What you don't want to become as you bring people off and on the stage, you do not want to become the air brakes of comedy. I've seen so many MCs. This performer right here does a great job, steps off. The MC comes in and brings all the energy down to nothing. Let me bring up the next comedian. That person will fight, bring the audience back up. The MC comes in, and the whole thing hits the ground. Oh my God, the air brakes of comedy. You know, and how do you get a show? The show should be popping and leaping along. Because a lot of MCs are, I'm trying to be funny, I'm trying to get better, no, if you're going to be an MC, you're the frame. That's not your job. Your job is to take care of everyone else.